Hello everyone, welcome. My name is Mike Boerma. I am one of the teachers at the Boerma Instituut. Today I'm doing an arrangement for you. The arrangement is going to be kind of like a boho style, foam-free in a glass vase, chicken wire inside this glass vase, and that's what I'm going to use as a base. Let's begin. First off, I like to use some pistachia to build up a base. I have here this chicken wire. Sometimes you can have some chicken wire as a ball inside too. It's a really ancient old school technique, but right now since it's glass, I don't want to see the iron ball, so we're just gonna go with only one at the top. That means that I need some extra structural integrity, difficult words, difficult for me to pronounce, by adding the branches first and crisscrossing everything so that it's a nice stable base. I'm adding some arachnoides here, 3 on this side, maybe 2 on this side, and then 1 coming back over here. Really just making a nice bushy base. I'm adding some asparagus, Meyers or Meyerie. I'm adding this in points, so I'm building up further upon this base that I have, and I just keep on going, adding and adding, making it more stable for the flowers that will be added later.
Our mom says that you look beautiful, Mike.
Thank you very much. So, more greens. I have lovely eucalyptus. It's not such a difficult word, but sometimes the brain doesn't want to work with me. But always nice to have eucalyptus in one of these jumpy, spiky, pointy, like boho pieces or whatever you want to call it, open silhouette. So, adding this. And what I'm doing is just pointy things going in and out, making it interesting to look at. Then some more greens. Sometimes I just go to the auction and I see something really nice and I don't know what it is, and then I forget to look what it is. But if anyone knows, this is really beautiful. It's a lovely color. It's not eucalyptus. It smells nice. It doesn't smell very strong, but it smells nice. And it has this lovely color that works very well with the eucalyptus, which is kind of similar, nice and light, and it grows up in an interesting way. Maybe just a couple of branches are removed. Of course, I don't want any branches in the water because then we get bacterial growth faster, and when we have bacteria in the water, the flowers don't last very long, and that's not what we want. Then I have another nice pointy eucalyptus. So a lot of greens going there. Of course, I'm using a ton of greens. You don't need to use so many varieties. Just 2 or 3 varieties of greens are more than enough. But since I am spoiled and I have access to all these lovely materials, I use everything. But don't think that you need everything to make something like this. So, on to the flower part. So I have this beautiful miscanthus, almost a dark red. And it's nice because it's a nice thin material, and check if it's stable enough. Yeah, it's stable enough. It's a nice color and it's a nice thin stem, so it can spring out nicely. So there we go, and I'm just crisscrossing everything into this vase. I'm not really caring too much. It doesn't have to be all in one direction. It's not a bouquet. It's just a loose vase design. Angelica. There is something happening.
Yeti says Mike always looks handsome.
Oh, Yeti.
Smiley face with a wink.
Thank you. Oh, I'm hitting the microphone. I'm getting like all shy over here. So I have these antirinum, not anthurium, but antirinum. And they have nice pointy shapes. So basically I searched for all my flowers, looked at these attributes, like is it nice and pointy and long? Because those type of flowers fit very well in the design like this. So pointy flowers to be nice and long in the design, and more round and compact flowers to be lower in the design. And the anthurium will grow up again, so even though they might be pointed in a totally different direction in the beginning, when they catch some sunlight, they will grow up. So you can think about that when putting them in. Maybe you put something in like this, and then later the flower head will go up like that. So that's pretty cool. You can do some nice tricks with that. So, as you can see, I'm putting materials like all over the design, and I'm grouping them a little bit, and sometimes I am placing them singularly. Now I'm going to make some Hypericum come out, some nice berries. Boop, boop, there we go. Make sure that everything is nice and layered. Some materials deeper inside, some materials longer inside. Celosia, beautiful, interesting flower. Kind of looks like a brain normally. This one looks a little bit different. This one's a little bit more like coral. It doesn't have this compact veiny structure. This one has a little bit more of a, yeah, how would you describe this? This is more a little bit pointy.
Question from Taiwan.
Hey.
Hi Mike, is this design with the concept of radial?
Actually, yeah, I'm still making it radial. Even though everything is going crisscross inside the vase, it's still a radial design, meaning there's one imaginary center point. So, bigger one lower, smaller one higher. So to the back here, take off some of the leaves because otherwise they are disturbing the design a little bit. And as you can see, the more goes in there, the more it gets stuck. So in the beginning everything moves around, but eventually it will be nice and secure. My mother had some, how do you call these, chestnuts? Chestnuts? Yeah, chestnuts. She found them on the floor and I said, well, isn't that a little bit more like autumn? And she said, no, when they fall off you can use them. So I could use them, maybe hidden in the design a little bit, so when you look for them, you see the hints of autumn or after summer. So I will use them deep in there. And I will use these other ones deep in there too, but later otherwise I have no more room for anything. And I have so much to show you. So, Lysianthus. And I'm working with the same color palette. So these are a little bit orangey, yellowish, and that's the same in the Antherinum. And then we build further upon that color palette, some more hot pink and some more orangey. Nice and pointy. Looks like I'm stabbing it. But actually I have to be quite careful. I don't want the flowers to break, so I just make this movement so that it goes in smoothly. And it pushes away the other branches without having the flower stems break so fast. This one can come here. Careful, careful. With a steady hand, push them in, make it come out.
We have a question from Taiwan.
Yeah.
Are there many chicken wire with different hole sizes in there? It's quite difficult to find the right size with hole in advance.
The ones I'm using right now have like holes this size. If you're watching this, you just lost the game. So very beautiful roses with an orange heart. We cannot not put these in. Absolutely beautiful. And they really fit into the color scheme very well. So let's see. It's a little bit difficult to see from this angle, but I feel like there's a dark spot over there. Of course, we want the flowers to hit the water. Let's see, do we have a really small one? Because I want bigger ones low, smaller ones high. Kniphofia, also one of my favorite flowers, and it's called fireworks in Dutch. Let's see if I can still get it in, because I'm doing this at the end, and of course now it's already a little bit full.
We have a question from Ionella.
Hey.
Could you tell us something about the care and handling of Lysianthus? They are very sensible flowers.
Sensitive, yes. So, as with any very sensitive flower, you have to be very careful with them, obviously. But when I stick them into the oasis, so this is a very big example, right? This is not the same stem. But you have to keep them close to the bottom of the stem, and then you have to insert them. Not like this, and then do this, because then it's very easy to break. And you can of course create a hole beforehand with another stem from another flower or the same flower that you cut off, and that will make it easier for you too to stick them in.
Yes, and I can also add a thing to that when you store them in a bucket, make sure that they have enough space. So don't cramp too much flowers in the bucket, because they won't like that. The leaves of the flower will turn very soggy. They wilt pretty fast, so that's not really
no,
a good
very
thing.
true. Very good points that you bring up there. So this is, I believe, Crocosmia. Yeah, I'm just checking with my mother. Nice and thin. So this one should be able to fit in there. Actually, one of the things I didn't say before, but of course, first the greens, but then it's probably wise to do your thick stems and then work your way up to your thinner stems. So, like that. Obviously, I'm pretty chaotic. I just work all over the place. Am I forgetting any flowers? Because I always do. I don't... Which flower am I forgetting, Axel? You're saying definitely, so... I don't have this grass in there, but I'm not sure if I want... Well, yes, well, we'll just do it. It's dry, it's boho, you want to have all this dry stuff in there for some reason, and it does add a little touch. And brown is like a desaturated orange, so it still fits in the color scheme, no problem.
A question from Taiwan.
Yeah.
Because of the chicken wire, does it limit the lines not too horizontal for water-wise?
Yeah, so yes, you cannot go above the water level. That's true. There is a water level until a certain point. Normally when you're working with oasis, the oasis comes above the container, 2 fingers, and that way you can even put stems horizontal, which I would not recommend because everything has to go into the vase, because that's where the water level will end up being in the end. Of course, the water level goes down, so you have to be sure that everything goes as deep as possible into the bowl or oasis or whatever it is that you're putting the flowers in. Well, that is actually the arrangement. I think it's more or less done. Yeah, so thank you very much everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and thank you for all the compliments and the great words. And then like always, we will be doing a little walk around and waving goodbye. So please give a thumbs up if you liked it. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. And check out the Patreon if you would like to support us financially. It really helps us. We can buy all these flowers because of that. So thank you very much. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe to our channel. It's completely free. And a special thank you to our patrons for helping to make these videos possible. Again, thank you very much, and see you in the next video.